INCRadio, DZEM 954, ang tinig ng katotohanan, himpilan ng Iglesia ni Cristo, sumasahimpapawid mula sa Quezon City.
How's your day?
Tara, kape.
Tara, kape? Malungkot ka ba?
O masaya. Baka stressed ka na.
Tara, kape!
Share us your problems. Here, you can express yourself. Tara, kape.
Tara, kape! Dito sa INCRadio Cafe.
What's up? We're back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Sa lahat po ng mga tune in today. Today's episode of INCRadio Cafe, Christian Attitude, Faith, and Hands. Tara, kape. Nasaan yung mug ko? Good evening po sa mga nagmamaneho po ngayon, lahat ng mga naka-tune in. Thank you so much for being here. At sa patuloy po ninyong pagdadrive, alam namin nakakapagod mag-drive, alam namin nakakapagod maglakbay, pero patuloy pa rin kayong naglalakbay. Kahit figuratively, yes. Siyempre kasama niyo po kaya Jake and Australian together with me, Ate Jenna.
Hello everyone! I hope everyone's doing well at makadating na kayo sa destination nyo ng maayos at ligtas. How's everyone doing today?
Opo. Kamusta Ate Jenna? You know, life has been hard this past few weeks. Ramdam natin yun, di ba?
Definitely very busy. Very busy actually.
Mm-hmm.
And maraming nagkakasakit din sa panahon na
Oh, alam mo, totoo yan. Sabay-sabay sila nagkakasakit. And feeling ko tayo na isusunod eh. So, sobrang dami namin binabasa ni Ate Jenna every week. At meron pa ulit. Meron pa ulit. Everyday recitation, everyday dagdag ng babasahin. Di ba? Ang hirap maging estudyante sa panahon ngayon. Ano? And you just want, time for yourself to unwind. You just want a moment for you to breathe.
Definitely.
Do you ever seek that kind of, things?
Siyempre, lalo na after work, after school, gusto ko na lang matulog, magpahinga, at I don't want to do anything else. I don't wanna deal with anything else rather than sleeping and resting myself. Pero kasi nowadays, wala tayong choice eh. Kailangan talaga natin mag-keep going.
Sorry. Totoo yun. Kasi, syempre nabigay naman natin sa sarili natin yun. I mean, nung nagbakasyon, medyo nawala rin tayo for a little bit. And that means parang nagkaroon din tayo ng pagkakataon para, yun na nga, to give ourselves time to breathe, to give ourselves time to relax. Pero, hindi pa rin nawawala yung constant seek for something to do, for our purpose. Kasi parang kahit nga nung nagbakasyon tayo, naboboryong ka na eh. Naboboring ka na talaga. Kasi ano yun ang ginagawa?
Ang dami kong ginagawa, so hindi ako naboboard eh.
Okay, pero ngayon, hindi tayo naboboard. Napapagod tayo, syempre. Pero hindi tayo naboboard kasi we know that what we are doing is something that we love. What we're doing is something that we actually want. Something na pinili talaga natin. At kapag pinipili natin yung bagay, pinaglalaban.
Pinaglalaban. Asa yung bell.
Diba? Ganon.
Panindigan mo. Yung kailangan mo.
Oo. Well, good evening po. Ayan, yung mga nakatune in sa YouTube. Hello po sa inyo. Maraming salamat for tuning in and checking us out. Siyempre, magandang gabi po sa mga nandyan sa YouTube. Hindi ko mabuksan yung mamaya pag nakita na natin sila, babatiin natin sila. Hello din po sa mga yung mga nagluluto ng kanilang hapunan. Do you usually cook at 6 p.m.? Parang ano ba yun? Maaga pa ba yun or late nang magluto ng alas 6?
Yun na yung actually, yun yung dinner time talaga.
Dapat
6
kumakain ka na
kumakain
ng...
Pero yung iba, nagluluto ng 6, which is okay. Kesa naman 10 nagdi-dinner, yung iba kasi late na talaga mag-dinner.
May ganun din naman ako kilala. Talagang ganung oras na sila kumakain. Yung mga ka-dorm ko ngayon, pag uwi ko minsan, gabing-gabi na ako uwi, kunyari alas 10, nagluluto pa lang yan sila. Talagang naghihiwa pa ng kung ano yun.
Buti kinakaya nila.
Ganun ang body clock nila naman. Whatever keeps them awake at night. Feeling ko yun din yung choice option nila kasi ay mga kasama ko sa dorm, they really like staying up late. Kasi yun na yung oras daw nila para para mag-aral, yun na rin yung oras nila para to do things na
Mag-usap diba?
mag-usap kasi for the rest of the day they've been really busy kasi pare-parehas naman kami estudyante. How about you? What do you do para hindi ka ma-bored aside from work, of course, kasi iba naman yun, that's different.
Para hindi ako ma-bored, nanonood lang ako ng Netflix.
Ay,
Ganon
di
lang
ba?
ako. Pero depende. Pag weekend, I hang out with friends and with my cousins. So, lumalabas naman kami. Para hindi ako ma-bored.
Oo naman.
Nagjo-jogging ako.
Totoo yan. Wow!
Habang, after jogging ko, kumakain din.
Oo,
Ganon.
binabawi rin. Wala ang kwenta. At least, di ba, nakapagbawas ka, nabigay mo yun sa heart mo.
Tama.
Pero you know what, Ate Jana, that is so true, no? Sometimes we really do things, kahit sabihin natin na matagal yung progress. For example, yun yung nagja-jogging ka, pero kumakain ka pa rin. Or, you know, you're doing things kahit alam mong hindi naman agad-agad yung bawi niya. Or kaya hindi naman agad-agad yung results. Because, like what you said earlier, gusto natin siya. Parang patuloy natin siyang pinipili. Right? Kaya ngayong gabi, that's something that we want to talk about. Coming into this year, kahit February 7 na, kahit nasa patapos na tayo, pumasok na pala tayo sa pangalawang buwan ng taong ito, parang fresh pa rin yung pakiramdam, ano?
Talaga.
Parang fresh pa rin yung pakiramdam ng
New
taon.
year.
But
Talaga.
still, we want to be consistent with our goals. We want to start. Baka ngayon pa lang kayo nagsastart, and that's still a good thing. It's not late. I mean, you're never late to start. That's
true.
Di ba, parang there's no such thing as, you're too late to do this. Wala naman ganun eh. Kaya naman, we're gonna talk about something, and that is called staying consistent, even when motivation fades. Because that is true. We really do feel that na parang there are times na we just don't want to do anything. We just don't want to start anything. Or the things that we do, our work, our job, or, you know, our studies, it's important. We know that it's important, but we don't want to do it.
Because we lost motivation or, wala na. Siguro pagod. Dahil sa pagod din. Pero it's important to keep consistency. Yun.
And that's something that we'll talk about tonight. Yung mga kasama natin dyan po sa ating YouTube, kayo po ba, do you ever get that feeling where you really don't want to do anything? Kahit sabihin natin, I love this. Oh, I enjoy doing this. I need this. Pero I don't want to start. Diba? And sometimes it happens not just for a day. There are moments that it happens for a long time. Kaya paano ba natin hinahanap yung consistency? Kahit sabihin natin na nawawala yung motivation, sometimes talaga kailangan natin magpatuloy eh. Kaya yung isa nating kapeling, Ate Jenna, nagkwento siya ng kanyang pamamaraan.
Wow.
Oo, meron daw siyang style to do that. Kaya naman, basahin natin ang kanyang kwento dito sa How's Your Day? Let's go.
How's your day?
Ito. Dear INCRadio Cafe, sabi niya, noong unang linggo ng taon, ang dali kong ma-excite. Same. Kompleto ang plano ko, malinaw ang goals ko, at puno ang sarili ko ng quote-unquote, this time, tuloy-tuloy na. Pero habang lumilipas ang mga araw, napapansin kong unti-unting humihina yung apoy. Humihina daw ang apoy. Hindi dahil ayaw ko na, kundi dahil normal lang pala talagang mapagod. Sabi niya, doon ko na-realize na ang motivation ay parang kape sa umaga.
Ooh,
Na masarap sa umpisa, pero hindi siya pang matagalan. Kapag nawala ang excitement, doon na talaga nasusubok kung magpapatuloy ka pa rin. May mga araw daw na, sige sabihin na natin from her perspective, may mga araw na wala akong gana, walang spark, walang dramatic na push. Maghanap na ng dramatic na push na. Pero natutuhan kong hindi kailangang feel ko muna bago ako kumilos. Minsan, sapat na ang simpleng pag-upo, pag-umpisa, at pagpapakita kahit kalahati ng lakas ko ang dala ko, sabi niya. Unti-unti akong bumubuo ng maliliit na routine. Hindi perpekto, hindi social media worthy, pero paulit-ulit. At doon ko nakita na may progreso kahit mukhang boring. Kahit walang palakpakan, kahit walang malalaking milestone. Natuto akong pahalagahan ng mga araw na tahimik lang akong nagpatuloy. Yung walang motivation pero may commitment. Yung hindi ako inspired pero consistent. At siguro yun ang hindi masyadong napag-uusapan, na ang consistency ay hindi palaging masaya. Minsan, paulit-ulit lang. Minsan daw, nakakaantok. Pero siya ang nagdadala sa'yo sa mga araw na alam mong hindi ka nauusad. Kaya para sa mga nakikinig daw na nawawalan ng gana, nako, baka hindi mo kailangan ng bagong motivation. Baka kailangan mo lang ng mas malinaw na rhythm. Isang maliit na hakbang na kaya mong ulitin kahit pagod ka na. Kaya maraming salamat daw po sa sa opportunity na makapagkwento. And yun ang letter ng ating kapeling that talks about motivation. Kahit naramdam daw niya na hindi niya na talaga gusto eh. And I like that. Yung sinabi niya na hindi naman daw kailangan maging good every day. Hindi naman, by good, meaning it doesn't need to be a good day every day.
That's right.
Na perfect, na parang productive, na tila walang, happy ka, walang pagkakamali.
Everything's going well and perfect.
Sometimes kasi kapag nararamdaman natin yun, when we feel like, today is a failure. Today I don't feel really good. I tried my best, but this is not just a good day. And sometimes when we feel that, we lose somehow the energy, the motivation to do it again the next day. What are your thoughts about that? And this letter sender.
I like the message real well kasi syempre relate din talaga tayo dyan. Maraming nakarelate. And especially for me kasi may mga times talaga nawawala ako ng motivation to actually do something and stuff like that. Pero nagkakaroon ako ng solution to those type of problems. Parang recently lang, actually 2 days ago, I feel like it's a bad day for me kasi everything is not really going well. Like umagang-umaga, like ang dami na ng pangyayari. Pero marami rin ako readings pa nun. Pero instead of losing my motivation talaga to actually do my readings, kahit hindi na very nice start ng morning ko, I still started a few pages and I still do it or did it kasi pag hindi ko ginawa lagot
Wala.
diba?
Oo. Actually, that's true. Dito ka lang din na-realize yan at this certain point of our academic journey where we really need to read a lot in order for you to get a grade. Kasi kapag hindi ka nga nakapag-recite o hindi ka nakapag on the face-to-face nakapag-participate, then you won't get any grade. Di ba? Parang it's either you pass or you fail. Two things. Walang passing score. Walang, it's either you lose or you win or you lose. That's two. And sometimes, noon kasi parang laging, let's wait hanggang sa maramdaman ko na
Yung sparks.
Oo, yung spark, yung dramatic na na sinasabi ng ating dramatic push na sinasabi ng letter sender. Pero wala You don't feel that every day. 'Di ba? Parang kailangan mo siyang gawin even though you're not ready, even though you're scared, even though you're sleepy. Yung pag sleepy pala, pag kunyari naantok, kailangan take a nap. That's what I did.
Ganun din ginawa ko today lang. Actually, pag uwi ko, kasi 3 hours lang yung natulog ako. Tapos parang ayoko pang bumangon talaga kanina. Pero sabi, ay, kailangan ako dito. Di bumangon ako.
Wow, salamat. Hindi, pero totoo yun. Kasi, it's either you do it or you don't. That's just two things. I've learned it the hard way. Na, paulit-ulit. I always fail on that part and I always learn. And it's hard then to switch to that mood right away na yung gano, I mean, it's hard to go on that habit right away. Yung parang go na agad without actually waiting for anything, without actually waiting for the right energy or the right motivation.
Pero at least you try and you train yourself to actually adapt. Kasi we, as a person, it's really easy for us to adopt things. Or not really easy, pero there's always going to be obstacle na mag-adapt tayo. Pero adapting in various things is really important for us atin.
Kasi, I like how you said the word training. Kasi, it's not hindi talaga siya, pag kinabukasan, iba ka na agad. You're better na agad tomorrow. It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of practice. Kaya sabi nga ng ating letter sender, paulit-ulit niya itong ginagawa because that is consistency.
Yes,
Paulit-ulit siya. Today it might not look good. It might not look better. Tomorrow, okay siya. Tapos the next day, pangit na naman. Pero yun nga, yung fact nga na paulit-ulit, it makes you have a purpose. And every day, and we live for a purpose. Diba? All of us, we live for a specific purpose, Ate Jana. And ikaw ba, of course, progress, kaya sinasabi nga natin, paulit-ulit, it's boring kapag slow.
That's right.
It is really boring. But, do you think, sa yung perspective, in your experiences, bakit naman siya parang nagko-call sa'yo to give up?
To give up?
Do you ever feel like that? Na parang gusto mo na sumuko? Kasi hindi niya siya flashy. Kasi nga hindi nga siya, like, it's not a big win.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, different, siguro category. Maraming iba't iba. Kunwari, sa training, when you say training, kunwari sa sports ko, there's a perfect kick na kailangan and stuff like that. And hindi madali gawin yun. Hindi madaling i-train yung ganon. And I keep on falling down. I keep on spraining myself para lang ma-perfect yun. Pero, at nakakapagod siya kasi everyday, iti-train mo siya para ma-perfect. Pero hindi talaga madali. So sometimes you would think na, parang hindi ko talaga kayang i-perfect tong gantong kick. Parang hindi ko talaga kayang...
You just wanna give up.
Ayoko. Parang hindi sa akin to, parang gano'n. Pero, pero there's always a passion or motivation na nagpo-pursue sa akin na I can do it. Or
Continue.
to continue.
And what's
it.
that? What is that? What pushed you to do that? Na hindi mag-stop?
So actually try. Because I have a goal and I want to get to that goal or platform para actually makamit ko yun. Kasi pag hindi ko tinry, di wala rin. Nakaupo lang and wala rin akong makakamit. So at least if I try, even if I failed 1,000 times, it's better to fail than actually not trying, di ba? So yun lang naman yung, I guess, my perspective dun sa part na yun.
Alam mo, that is, I resonate with that kasi in what I do right now, of course, I do radio, aside from our studying. I'm also a producer. I'm also, sa school, marami rin tayong ginagawa, di ba? Somehow, I'm also given the chance to lead a team. And kahit may mga nagtatanong, parang, do you know how to do that right away? Do you think, hindi pala, yan ba yung bagay na magaling ka na agad the moment you started? And I would say no. And I would always say no. Sasabihin ko yung word, the T word, na ganun ako talaga, no? Like, I don't know anything. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to act. I don't know how to lead. Ganun. Kasi, and it takes time. Especially to come to a point like this. Yung parang araw-araw ka na, today kasi araw-araw tayo lumalabas sa radyo, araw-araw tayo lumalabas sa TV. Tapos araw-araw din ako nakikipag-interact with my workmates kahit sa school, di ba? It did not start easy.
Of course.
Dito sa radyo, right now I'm 6 years. 6 years na ako dito sa radyo. I started back in 2020. Wala akong alam-alam talaga no. Nanginginig talaga. Nanginginig ako. I don't know what to say. Parang lahat ng sinasabi ko, it's either through a script or, di ba, ganun ako nag-start.
Pero grabe progress mo.
Kasi everyday ko siyang sinubukan.
That's great.
Everyday nila akong pinagtiyagaan. Trinain din. Di ba? Kaya,
it's really nice.
And ngayon, ginagawa na natin siya, di ba? There are moments na parang pagod na ako na parang sometimes I just want to take a rest. There are days naman na sobrang ganado ako. Pero hindi naman ibig sabihin nun na perfect silang lahat, di ba? Hindi ibig sabihin nun na I'm bad at what I do in days na I don't feel like doing it. Or hindi naman ibig sabihin din nun na sobrang galing ko na in days na ganatong-ganada ko. I just do it without even a slight of motivation. Kasi yun yung bagay na mahal nating gawin. Di ba? Iba kasi yung ginagawa mo siya just because you want people to see you there. Iba naman yung ginagawa mo siya because you actually want to do it for yourself.
That's right. I love that.
And things like this, yung hobbies natin, yung things that we do, even your work, it's personally. It's like a relationship. It really is personal. Kumbaga, ikaw lang naman ang kaagapay mo dyan, di ba?
That's right. I really like what you said about that, na you love what you do, kaya you still keep going kahit nakakapagod din minsan talaga. And I really like the consistency to that.
Do you feel excited every day? Yeah, I think like iba ang excitement kasi sa motivation eh. Do you feel like excited? You're excited to wake up every day?
Excited to wake up every day?
Oo.
Hindi, syempre. No. Because every day is another day. Pero, syempre, every day is another day where you can start strong or you can start fresh. Pero that's not how you feel when you wake up eh. Kasi sometimes you have a lot of things to do. You have a lot of things to actually figure out. So, of course, you got no choice. You gotta deal with it. Kasi kung hindi mo face yung whatever problem that you're facing, tatambak yan ng tatambak. Magiging parang snowball effect yan na pagbaba, wala, lahat sabog. so
At talon-talo ka pagbaba mo. Ay, hello muna. Batiin muna natin yung mga kasama natin sa live chat. Hello po kay Kuya Mario. Nandiyan si Ka Ronald. Ayan, Demesa, magandang gabi po sa inyo. Thank you so much po. Mga kabagis na, magandang gabi po. Kay Ka Dave Buado, mula po sa lokal ng Baknotan. Hello po sa inyo. Hello din kay Raf. Ayan, nandiyan si Raf. Oh. Si Ka Alex Ariolo all the way from OCC. Maligay pagsubaybay po mga kapatid. Si Ka Carl Edison. Good evening po. Mula po sila sa distrito ng Agu. Thank you so much po for tuning in. Kayo po ba, we encourage you to please comment in the live chat as well. Do you ever feel like there are days where you're just not motivated to do anything, where you just don't want to do anything? Even though, kahit yung mga things na mahal naman you di ba? May mga araw na gano'n. There are days like that. What do you do to wake yourself up, to drag yourself up? para makapagpatuloy. Kasi, ayun na pinag-uusapan natin. Being consistent, even though when your motivation fades, because you're not motivated every day, di ba po? May habits pa. Before we take a break, do you think there are habits that would, help you to continue despite not having any motivation?
Kasi for me, I really want to train myself to have that habit. Kasi sometimes I have a bad habit.
Na?
Bad habit when I say na I won't do anything or matutulog na lang ako every day. Pero I'm training myself na I need to wake up and before I take a nap sa hapon or sa gabi, I need to do something. Magbawas ng assignment or at least mag-read ng 1 or 2 to 3 pages ng libro. Kesa naman wala akong ginawa talaga ng whole day. Kasi syempre pagod din talaga tayo. That's the habit that I want to try and keep in myself na sa mentality ko that at least one step at a time, makagawa naman ako.
Like that. Yeah. Ako naman, my habit that I think affects my excitement and being consistent is sleeping routine. When I sleep late, pagod akong gigising sa umaga, doon ako nagsa-start to not wanna do anything. To wake up at 5 a.m., to leave and go to the studio by 6:30. Ganyan. Dun ko nararamdaman na parang pagod, parang gusto ko na lang matulog. So I always make sure na natutulog na ako ng around 10. Ganyan. At least I get, 6 hours. 6 hours of sleep. I mean, that's not bad. Kasi pagdating naman dito sa studio, kapag walang klase, diba, or when pagkatagtags nagawa na yung mga tasks, then I take a nap.
That's
Medyo
good.
binabawi. Pero, I think yun talaga habits because that's important.
So, anong oras ka na natutulog?
Ngayon?
Tama,
Ganun,
aga
mga 10 pa rin.
10.
And unlike before. Kasi before talaga, kaya ko, I can stay up at 3, ganyan, 4, 5. Tapos dumadating sa point na na-frustrate na because I just can't sleep. Yun din yung napansin ko when I got here in the Philippines. Kapag nandun ako dito sa Pilipinas, mas maaga ako natutulog. That's why I feel like my days are longer. Unlike nung nandun pa ako sa amin, sa Malaysia, I sleep late, I wake up noon, feeling ko lagi ang bilis
Mabilis.
yung araw lumilipas. And
That's me every day.
Di ba kasi wala ako. Hindi kasi ikaw naman, you live in a different time zone.
Kaya nga eh.
Kaya
pagising ko. Pero may time kasi morning classes ko. So wala akong choice na may 3 hours of sleep ng umaga. Pero pag uwi ko, doon ako magdanap.
Importante yan. Get yourself
A good rest.
a good rest, everybody. Ang mga kapiling natin. At this time, dapat natutulog na kayo eh. Joke lang. Pero, ayan, before we continue this discussion, we just wanna take a quick break. Diyan lang po kayo mga kapilings. Please do also share your thoughts about our topic today. It's currently 6:28 p.m. Philippine Standard Time. Ito po si Kuya Jaycon together with Ate Jenna. And this is INCRadio Christian Attitude, Faith Enhanced, INCRadio Cafe. We'll be right back after this quick break. Oo nga.
Ito ang INCRadio, DZEM 954, ang tinig ng katotohanan, himpilan ng Iglesia ni Cristo, sumasahimpapawid mula sa Quezon City.
On to round 2 of the competition. Luzon choirs gear up for the choir singing with choreography. Join them on Sunday, February 8, 1 to 2 p.m. at Isang Tinig, Isang Himig, the INCRadio Choral Competition.
Isa sa mga hosts ng INCRadio Calabarzon Satellite Studio para sa programang Business Beat. Nagtapos ng Human Resource Management at ngayoy isang digital marketer. Sa kabila ng kanyang busy schedule, hindi siya nawawalan ng oras sa pagtupad ng iba pa niyang mga tungkulin sa loob ng Iglesia ni Cristo. Bakit ganito na lang ang pagpapahalaga niya rito? Ating lalong kilalanin ang Multimedia and News Director ng Distrito Eklesiastiko ng Cavite na si kapatid na Brian Santos at alamin ang kanyang istorya ng pagtawag tuwing Sabado, alas 8 ng gabi sa INCRadio.
Most goals don't fail because of lack of talent. They fade when progress feels slow or invisible. That's where endurance begins. Monday, a day at a time. Tuesday, progress feels slow at first. Wednesday, discomfort doesn't mean stop. Thursday, stop restarting, start continuing. And Friday, endurance is in the middle. Join us on February 9 to 13, only here on INCRadio, the next level you.
And welcome back to INCRadio Christian Attitude, Faith Enhanced, INCRadio Cafe. Anong nagkakape ba kayo pag alas 6 ng gabi?
Minsan, siguro pag estudyante.
Tayo nagkakape tayo alas 8 ng gabi.
Pag student talaga.
Pero sometimes, parang yung kape na iniinom ko, ayoko nung masyadong matapang. Lalo na pag gabi na. Yung sobrang tamis. Kasi sometimes, para ako may control. Something that I am proud of myself is that, kunyari, even though nagkape ako, kung gusto ko matulog, nakakatulog ako. Kung hindi ko naman gusto matulog, I can stay up late. Parang nakakatulong yung kape naman to give myself energy. Pero kumbaga kaya ko siyang diktahan. I drank coffee.
Sanay ka na kasi.
Oo. Hindi ako na-immune. More on I learned how to,
That's a habit.
force myself to sleep if I needed to sleep. And that is such a good feeling. Kasi I've
need
tried,
that feeling.
we've been through moments in our lives where we really need to sleep. We really want to sleep. But we just can't because we drank coffee or uminom ka ng soft drinks or you ate lots of chocolates. Pero, narating na natin yung point. Nakakatulog.
Kailangan ko rin ng point na yun kasi ako, ang problema ko, it's either hindi ako makatulog or inaantok ako. Lalo na paggabi, pag wala na akong motivation or antok na antok ko pero kailangan kong gumising. Doon ako magkakape. Pero if ever, kaya ko naman kasi sanay na ako, hindi ako nagkakape ng gabi.
Going back to this discussion about motivation, I think something that would really help, ako personally, something that really helps me whenever I feel so lost, whenever I feel like I don't know where to start, kasi nga I have no motivation, I have no energy, is that I always go back to my core. I always go back to the reason why I'm doing things in the first place. So, for example, dito sa radyo, I always go back to my core because this is what I love to do. And at the same time, higit sa lahat, syempre, itinuturing natin itong pagtupad ng ating tungkulin. So, that's something that we would make me want to keep on going.
That's right.
How about you?
In general, talaga?
Or anything. In things that you do.
Well, kunwari, yung sinabi mo sa pagtupad, that's right. Kasi ako rin, lalo na every Sunday, sunod-sunod talaga, sasama ako ng morning, afternoon, tupad ko sa PNK, and then afternoon, may pulong kami, and then afternoon, sa hapon, may panata. So, tuloy-tuloy talaga. It is, nakakapag kasi if you don't have any sleep. Pero, because it's pagtupad, you will feel na more motivated to be there. Kahit that you're gonna be sleepy, pero if you're already there, you're going to gain more energy or more, motivation to actually keep going.
That's our spirit as members of the Church of Christ. No? Ganun ang ating pananaw. Diyan natin hina-harness yung energy and yung motivation natin if our body is tired, 'di ba? Parang sa pagpatuloy sa ating mga paglilingkod sa ating Panginoong Diyos. So you can never be tired, 'di ba? Not because ayaw mong makita ka ng mga tao na pagod, because alam natin na deserve ng ating Panginoong Diyos yung 100%. Right. 'Di ba? Whenever we perform our duty, and of course kapag sumasamba tayo sa kanya, 'di ba? Yung may termino nga tayong lagi narinig, yung happy pagod because we're happy even though we're tired.
Your body is tired, pero your mindset shouldn't be.
Oh.
That's right.
And, di ba? And it's not something that are put in our minds. That's something that is not forced within us, but more on developed out of love. Di ba? Kasi sometimes you do things kasi napipilitan ka na lang because you're forced to do it. But pagdating, may mga bagay naman kagaya ng paglilingkod at pagtupad na hindi pinipilit. Di ba? Kaya, we don't need motivation every day for that. Yun nga, dahil nga tulak yun ang pagmamahal natin, di ba po? Pero ito na nga mga kapilings, before we go back to that, let's play our coffee break. Mag-coffee break muna tayo. Coffee break! Coffee break.
Ano ang ating lalaroin today? Parang iba naman to
Parang iba naman to.
Iba.
This or that.
Ayun, iba nga.
Iba talaga to lagi. Oo.
So, ayan.
Eto. Pero syempre, iba yung mga choices, di ba? Syempre, related pa rin naman sa ating pinag-uusapan. Pero ito na nga, staying consistent. When motivation fades. Motivation. Number 1. Yung mga kapeling sa atin, baka pwede kayong pumili dito eh. Ito.
Tingnan natin. Sumagot kayo, tapos babasahin.
Pili po kayo. Eto, motivation feels high at the start, but you know it won't last forever or it won't last for a long time. What do you do? You wait to feel inspired before starting. Or that. You start anyway, trusting that showing up consistently matters more than the spark. Siyempre,
Siyempre. Kasi wala naman din tayo magagawa. And then, it's better to start going.
Pero merong moments, there are forms of art. Siguro yung mga artist o kaya yung mga musicians, yun talaga yung kailangan nila, inspiration. They can't just start.
Do something.
Yeah, they really have to wait for motivation. They really have to wait for yung sinasabi nilang spark, artistic spark before they do. Kasi kapag hindi daw, edi sabi nila parang hindi maganda. Hindi maganda yung kinalalabasan or they won't feel good about it. Yung iba naman, they feel it once they start. Parang it's like inertia. Like hinihayaan nila na maramdaman yung pagbilis kapag umaarangkada na. Parang ganun yung nararamdaman na. So, well, anyway, for this, I would say that. Ito, some days, energy is low and the task feels so heavy. Ito, would you postpone hoping motivation will return? Or that you follow your routine even when it feels boring and slow?
Mostly yung ginagawa ko dati. Pero may time na if wala naman talaga walang pressure yung ginagawa ko.
Yes.
Pero if it's something na kailangan ko tapusin, kailangan kong gawin, then that.
Yeah. True that. Parang, totoo yung, hindi naman to urgent. Diba? Kaysa naman sa pinipilit ko yung sarili ko kahit ayaw ko siyang gawin. Well, I can do things that are urgent right now. Then, siguro simulan ko lang siya from scratch and then I'll just go back to that any the next time yung when I feel much more motivated like that. Ito kayo po ba mga kamasentahan tuloy yung mga kapelings, what do you think? Kayo po ba? Hello po kay ka Justin Valdez, mula naman sila sa Nagatiran. Hello din kay ka Clint Cardenas, watching po mula sa La Union. La Union pala yun. Hello, my brothers in La Union. Hello. Eto, some days, energy is low. Ay, tapos na pala to. Sorry. Ito, progress isn't always exciting or visible. What do you this? You chase big wins to feel accomplishment. Or that you celebrate small, steady steps, knowing they compound every time. That. Pero this minsan ako parang wala na sa mga yung mga laro.
Mga laro? Paano laro? Like, video games?
Video games. Kasi kung mag-bored ka, parang hindi ka mag-video games ka talaga. May mga moments talaga na I would, parang mag-aspire talaga. Kailangan panalo to para makaramdam ako na hindi ako magsa-stop.
Pag ganon, sige, given na yun.
Kaya puyat Ayun Pero in serious, pero kung sa much more serious formal matters, ayun, sige, pwede yun. Yung hindi pala pwede, dapat yun. Yung celebrating small wins. So, ito naman. Distractions. Let's talk about distractions. Distractions, they pop up, tempting you to abandon your rhythm. I feel this every time. Would you chase every opportunity that feels interesting? Or you stick to your plan, letting some things wait until the right moment?
Mahirap yan. Kasi depende kung ano yun.
Totoo.
Ano sa'yo?
Ang sarap isipin ng this. I think, nakwento ko last time, there are a lot of opportunities that opens. And I'm someone, I love opportunities. Kasi it makes me feel na medyo malayo na yung nararating ko na, okay, deserve ko na pala ng ganitong, parang napagtrabahuan ko na pala well enough, or I have done some things good enough for me to deserve these openings. But, sometimes you can't enter everything because time is a factor, health is a factor, and money is also one big factor. Diba? There are opportunities na you need to gastos talaga para gumaling ka doon. Or there are opportunities where you need to let go of even important things para doon ka naman mag-focus. That's when I stick to my plan. I like how these are interconnected, yung this and that natin, diba? That's when I stick to my plan and, let things wait for their perfect time. Yun lang lagi sinasabi ko. When I don't feel like, for example, there's an offer or pwede ako doon, pero hindi siya nag-a-align sa schedule ko now. Hindi siya nag-a-align sa mga bagay na importante sa akin ngayon. Even though it's such a good opportunity, it can take me everywhere. Yes. Pero may ibang moment for that.
Kasi hindi siya God's will.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yun yung, kasi we pray for that.
Yeah. maybe there's something better, diba?
Or maybe
For
what you
you.
have now is much more better
Yeah.
for you right now. Ikaw.
What he said. Lahat na sinabi mo, which I really totally agree. And agree, not only agree, pero ganun din ako sa what your mindset is.
Before talaga, nung una naramdaman ko na yes ako ng yes talaga sa lahat ng bagay. Kasi I believe na it will make me be seen. Ganun lagi na pakiramdam ko. Mapapakinggan ako. Like makikilala nila ako. But then I realized that that's not really what matters. Parang, I'm grateful for those things that have opened and I have entered. But at the same time, may moments, mabubusog ka rin eh. And kapag busog ka na, hindi pwedeng...
Pilitin mo.
Oo,
Kundi sasabog ka.
Yun, sasabog ka, magkakasakit ka.
That's true.
Diba? Hindi mo na magagawa ng tama yung mga dapat mong unahin. So,
Really important is your health. Kasi paano tayo makakapaglingkod sa ating Panginoon Diyos kung wala tayong health for that.
Tama.
So, that's really important.
Yes. Okay, to. Another one. You see others achieving faster or with more energy. Would you this compare and pressure yourself to match their pace? Or you use their progress as a reference, then return to your own consistent steps?
Depende kung anong ginagawa. Kunwari, masyado na silang advanced sa readings. Ganon.
Yan.
I need to pressure myself to actually push myself to finish as well. Kasi wala tayong choice, mapag-iiwanan ka talaga pag hindi mo ginawa yun, so wala tayong choice.
Yeah.
Pero if it's something na hindi naman ganon and hindi naman yung achievement nila, hindi naman makaka-affect sa sarili mo, bagay, and then why would I have to compare myself to them in a toxic way? Siguro, it's fine to compare as long as it is hindi naman toxic. Yung parang comparing yourself to push yourself to be better. I think that's fine. Para rin magkaroon ka ng passion or progress siguro. Progress sa ginagawa mo, whatever that is. Pero, yun. That's what, yun, masasabi ko.
I agree. Totoo. May moments talaga na you have to be at par with people, or else mapag-iiwanan ka talaga. That applies to sa school, diba? You don't have to be academically smart as them,
Yes.
but their progress should be your progress as well. Lalo na kung parehas kayo ng deadline.
Talaga.
Kasi hindi pwedeng napapabayaan mo yun. If you're gonna like walk at your own pace sa academic journey mo, kahit merong oras na you know, di ba? May mga oras na TikTok, edi, oh no, wag mo sayangin yung oras. Maybe you're prioritizing other things before this, which is not, di ba? Should not be.
You have to balance things talaga.
Yes, exactly. Pero maganda din na yung using their progress as reference. I do that at the same time. Parang ginagawa mo kasi silang inspirasyon eh.
That's right. Pero minsan kasi hindi naman siya may times kasi na lazy ka lang talaga. Hindi na sa hindi mo kayang gawin. You're
Oo,
just lazy.
tamad
to
ka
do
lang.
it. Oo, diba?
Nadrason-rason mo lang yung wala kang motivation. Ha? Hindi, tamad ka lang. Hindi ka nga marunong maghugas sa bahay niyo.
Sino kaya yun?
Iwan mo lang yung sampahin mo, mga 5 weeks na yan dyan, di mo kinukuha. Hindi. Pero ganun talaga. We do feel those kinds of things. And lastly, for the this or that, ito, by the end of the week, by the end of the week, you're defining your season. Defining your season?
May season.
Paano, ano to, rundown? Ito, you rely on bursts of motivation to carry you through, or that you commit to consistency, knowing that showing up daily, even without spark, is what truly leads to growth. That na talaga to.
Mic drop.
Mic drop talaga sa that. Totoo yun. Kahit paulit-ulit natin sabihin na there are no sparks every day. There are days where you just want for the time to pass by quickly. I want to end this day. Parang gusto ko na umuwi. may mga ganong araw, pero what truly defines you is not how you quit, but how you went through that day, even though mahirap. Ako, I would call myself an extrovert for just a period of time. Nag-expire siya sa isang araw. Or kahit nga minsan may isang araw na ayoko talaga. A lot of people know me by being a ball of sunshine. Sometimes, like, why would you even call me that?
Sunshine.
A lot of people, other people would tell me na I am, ayun nga, parang punong-puno ako ng energy.
That's
But
true.
because yun lang kasi ang pinapakita. There are days na ayoko talaga.
Tired.
When you
And
don't
it's
see me,
fine.
that's because I don't have the energy to face you. Ganun, that is my principle. And I'm that's usually my hard days.
And that's perfectly normal. Kasi we're human. So, normal to feel tired like that. And for me naman, same than that.
Kasi?
Every day I have, like, no, in five days in a week, I have work, and it's a regular routine, and sometimes it just feels like a mess.
Yeah.
So, and then afternoon work. So, my time is so ang bilis. Parang isang snap of the finger lang, next day na naman. Kaya nga hindi ko feel na Saturday na eh. Kasi parang kaka-start lang. Afternoon, Monday na naman. Pero, there's always a consistency na kahit pagod na ako, parang I just want this day to be over, and I just want to get through this week and start at Saturday and Sunday ulit ng weekdays. Or weekends, my favorite.
Yeah.
So, ayun. It's just about trying and being consistent sa routine mo. And never
Okay.
giving up about that.
Ano yan? Tumuturog yung... May tumuturog yung CPU dito sa baba. Ito yun, no? Consistency. It really is important. Ano ba to? Time's up na ba? Pa-extend po dito sa... Pa-open time po dito sa Hindi. Pero ayun na nga, totoo yun, Ate Jenna. And before we go back to that discussion, ay ito muna. No? We'll just take a really, really, really quick break ulit. Magbabalik po kami. We'll have more for this topic. It's currently 6:49 p.m. Philippine Standard Time. This is Jay, and Ate Jenna. Magbabalik po ang INCRadio Cafe.
Nakikinig kayo sa Iglesia ni Cristo Radio, DZEM 954, ang tinig ng katotohanan.
On to round 2 of the competition. Luzon choirs gear up for the choir singing with choreography. Join them on Sunday, February 8, 1 to 2 p.m. at Isang Tinig, Isang Himig, the INCRadio Choral Competition.
Okay na. And welcome back to INCRadio Cafe, Christian Attitude, Faith and Hands. Tara, kape. Kasama niyo pa rin po, Kuya Jacob.
And Ate Jana.
Uy, 6:50 na, mga kapelings, di ba? Baka yung iba sa inyo, kailangan ng matulog. Oh, itulog nyo na yun.
Tapusin muna natin.
10 minutes na lang, oh. 10 minutes na
buwan
lang.
agad kami.
Pero, thank you so much for everyone who stayed. Nandyan sa live chat, ano. You know, today, I would say today is one of those days na, gusto ko lang lumipas. Yung wala masyadong bursts of dramatic excitement. Wala, di ba?
Sparks.
Wala masyadong sparks. But, dito ka din na-realize na, kagaya ng sinabi ng ating letter sender, boring does not equate to bad. Kumbaga, pag sinabi nating wala lang, parang lilipas lang, hindi ibig sabihin nun, masama na tong araw na to. It's something that we should be grateful for because wala tayo sa kapamakan.
Definitely. That's right.
Would you rather this or that, di ba? Exciting, dramatic, pero agaw buhay, or boring but alive.
Second option na lang.
Doon na lang tayo sa boring but alive. Di ba, Ate Jenna?
Just be thankful that nandito ka pa sa araw na to.
Oo.
Talaga.
Yeah, that's true. And that doesn't mean na wala kang ginagawa, di ba? Rest day is also a progress day. It's very, very productive because it means that you're giving yourself time to recharge. Like what we always say and we always hear. Ito na nga po, meron din of course na may mga ibinigay din ng mga tips sa atin ng ating pong mga eksperto patungkol po sa ating pinag-uusapan ngayong gabi. Maybe you would relate to this. Di ba po? And number one tip that Teach Min gave, sabi niya, consistency outperforms motivation alone. This is very important daw kahit sa family. Research shows that motivation naturally fluctuates, but habits and routines sustain progress even when enthusiasm dips. People who rely solely on bursts of motivation often start strong but fizzle out. Fizzle out? Gusto ko yung word na fizzle out. Oo, ayon po ito sa pag-aaral. Totoo yun, ano? Building small, repeatable routines ensures forward movement even on low energy days. Totoo to sa mga nagja-jogging. Kasi nga sabi ko, di ba, nagja-jogging ako noon. This late December until early January.
Talaga?
Na, may mga araw talaga na gusto ko lang maglakad.
Actually.
At naglalakad lang ako.
Actually, kami pag nagjo-jogging kami, sasabihin namin, nagjo-jogging kami sa UP. Pero the real deal is, naglalakad lang talaga kami. Hindi talaga takbo yun.
Excuse me. Pero that is true. And according to health experts, napag-uusapan natin ito sa Masayang Tahanan every morning. Hindi pala every morning itong usapan na to. But there is one episode na tinakal ng isa sa ating mga doktor, si Teach tuloy, si Doc Mini, na ang paglalakad daw is, they would say, a much more better exercise than running only because you can be more consistent with walking. If you run, good for you. But if hindi ka sanay magtumakbo and you would just opt to walking every day, mas malaki daw yung progress niya kasi everyday mo siya nagagawa rather than just running every Saturday. Di ba kasi iba, mag-jogging tayo kaso every Saturday lang. As opposed to, maglakad ka sa office kasi malapit-lapit lang naman every day. Mga ganun.
Mas may progress.
Mas may progress yun, yung lakad mo every day.
Kasi pag every Saturday, tas morning lang, 1 oras, 2, tapos tatakbo ka, the next day, hindi, masasakit ng katawan mo.
Exactly. Ito number 2. Ate Jana, can you read that for us?
Respecting your energy supports daily persistence. Ignoring fatigue or waiting for inspiration leads to burnout and skipped tasks. Those who pace themselves and follow a realistic rhythm maintain higher consistency over time.
Yun. So acknowledging your capacity allows you to show up daily without relying on fleeting motivation. So parang kinikilala mo yung sarili mo gabi-gabi. Ayan. And umaga-umaga. Bawat araw.
Kilala ko na yung sarili ko na kailangan ko matulog ng hapon. Kaya nagkakaroon ako ng energy para mas mag-work.
Yes. Well, kilala mo yung kilala mo yung kakayahan mo eh. And that is better. Di ba po? Ito naman. Small, steady steps lead to bigger gains. Ito yung pinag-uusapan natin dun sa running eh. Psychology research on incremental progress highlights that consistent micro-actions compound over time, while occasional bursts of effort feel productive but often don't lead to lasting results. Ito yung binasabi natin kanina. Focusing on showing up and completing small tasks consistently rather than waiting for the perfect surge of energy. Yung yes, every Saturday, you might feel like, wow, I lost a lot of pounds today. Kahit hindi naman yun yung totoo, di ba? Wow, tumakbo ako ng 5 kilometers today. But nawawala din yun kapag hindi mo naman tinuloy kinabukasan. Pag tumigil ka rin naman, you waited a whole week for it. Di ba?
Every other week lang ginagawa talaga.
And sometimes, the next Saturday, you won't feel like doing it. And you won't be sure kung ganun din ang makaka 5 kilometers ka din that Saturday. Di ba? So, let's focus on small things. It doesn't mean, kung yun lang talaga ang time mo, sure. Kung hindi ka talaga makapaglakad every day and Saturday lang talaga, ganun talaga. Yun lang
At
talaga ang
least.
time mo. At least you're doing something still. Pero if you want progress, if you want lasting results, just like what was mentioned here, you do consistent things every single day. Ito, Ate Jenna, number 4. Letting go.
Ako ba?
Oh, go.
Letting go of motivation dependence strategy reduce frustration. So, says here, studies on habit and resilience show that people who depend on motivation alone experience more stress and regret when inspiration fades, aligning routines with values and rhythm rather than feelings. So dito, build sustainable progress.
So, design your daily practices to work even when motivation is low. So, consistency becomes your superpower. Lagi na, paulit-ulit tayo when it comes to consistency because that is important. Yun talaga yun eh. We have to really be consistent in order for us to not look for motivation. Totoo yan. This year, marami talagang nagsisimula. Whenever a year starts, nagsisimula ang maraming bagay. School year, sabihin natin, yung mga events, it goes back to zero. So, aasahan mo naman, by February, ganito na tayo. Or by March, we have this big event na naman annually. Kapag, parang when we wait for things to feel right, darating na lang yung araw or kaya yung mga dates na yun and you won't be able to do them. Kasi lagi ka naghihintay for perfect opportunity to prepare for them. As opposed to, ngayon na, simulan na natin. Kahit pa unti-unti lang, everyday is small progress. Diba?
At least, meron ka ng possible outcome, diba?
Yung sa for example, we have a big event sa publication, sa Hotiat. And I would always encourage everyone to give us updates every day. You don't have to finish this by today, especially when the deadline is still 2 weeks ahead. You don't have to finish it bukas. I just need progress. We just need progress for this to be done. And that's important. Di ba po? Sabi ko nga sa kanila, kapag wala kayong update today, tatawagan ko kayo.
There's always reasons behind naman.
Oo naman. Yun na nga. Doon na nga yung kumustahan. I can't do it today po because I have this.
It's important to communicate.
Yes, it's important to communicate. Especially, dito na pumapasok yung teamwork. Dito na pumapasok your relationship with other people. When you're required to show up every day. And if you truly cannot show up because of some reasons, you have to communicate. You just can't ghost me for today because meron kang gagawin, sabihin mo mahalaga. I respect that. You just have to tell it to me.
Kesa mo mang-ghost at hindi na lang mag-scene. Diba?
Ate Jenna, mag-iisang oras. Do you have anyone to greet before we go? Kasi tapos na pala ang ating time for tonight.
Wala, my parents and my titas and of course my friends there sa Bulacan and dyan lang sa QC.
Hello. And thank you so much sa mga kasama natin sa live. Si Ate Janet, hello! Kay Kuya Justin, kay Kuya Carl, kay Alex. Ayan, hello po. Maraming salamat po sa inyo for tuning in po. And of course, tayo po bilang mga kaanib sa loob ng Iglesia ni Cristo, no? Gaya nga nang nabanggit natin kanina, tinuturuan talaga tayo sa pagsamba, tinuturuan tayo syempre mula sa aral ng Diyos na ang pag-unlad, di ba po, ay hindi po nakasalalay sa kung gaano karami yung nagagawa natin or yung natatapos natin. Pero yung patuloy, yung tuloy-tuloy, di ba? Yung hindi tumitigil sa paggawa, yung hindi tumitigil, lalo na sa paglilingkod, doon talaga nakikita yung tunay na pag-unlad. Kaya kailangan talaga maging disiplinado tayo. And syempre, manalangin ng marami para hindi tayo mag-rely sa motivation, but mag-rely tayo sa tulong at awa ng ating Panginoon.
Very nice.
Thank you so much po. And of course, we'd like to thank our beloved church administration, ng ating executive minister, ang kapatid na Eduardo V. Manalo. Mahal na mahal po namin kayo. As well as to our deputy executive minister, Brother Angelo Eranio V. Manalo. Thank you so much po. Mahal na mahal po namin kayo. See you all again next week dito sa ating programa Christian Attitude, Faith Enhanced. Tara, kape. This is Kuya Jacob.
Ate Jana.
Bye-bye po.
Have a nice weekend.
Happy weekend po sa inyo, mga kapelings.
Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to INC Radio Cafe. Christian Attitude, Faith Enhanced.